What's up, ladies and gents? I got a new recording setup right now, and it is pretty jank. Put the 360 in a different spot and running no GoPro because I didn't have the right stuff to be able to mount my GoPro to my helmet. I'm also kind of struggling to hear the bike because of this new helmet. My Sena Stryker, I think it is. It doesn't say if it's a Stryker, but I believe it's a Stryker. I'm also closing that front lip right there to see if it changes the microphone. I'm a little worried that the microphone's going to be peaking. And, okay, let me yap about the jank setup. Right now, the receiver, I think it's called, is currently just wrapped around the extension post for my 360, and then it's just clamped onto the aux cord. So it might even be blocking the view a tiny bit, but I don't care. Nothing I can do. Oh, that's right. This way kind of heads back towards Franklin. I didn't really want to go this way. I'll just turn around. I wanted to head towards Belmont. God! Okay, on topic. I got my brand new Sena Stryker helmet. I tell you what, it's been very different from my last helmet. I can try to pull up the name, but is that a cat in the middle of the road? It is. It's just a basic helmet that I found on Amazon. It seemed to have decent reviews, not only on the app. That was nice. A little lady waved. Yeah, within Amazon it had decent reviews, and I watched a couple YouTube videos to try to determine getting that one. It was modular, had all the features I wanted. But comparing the two, this one fits much better, which kind of worries me because that means that last one was too big and it was very loose. And I talked about in my last recording how I didn't want another modular helmet because if you do hit the ground, it can open up and then you just be rubbing your face straight against the pavement at whatever speed you ended up having not such a good day at. Oh my god, I gotta stop cranking my back because I look like a dumbass. I gotta stretch. I got a knot, like right at the end of work as soon as I hopped on my bike. I don't know why. Pissing me off. But I have been stretching, I've been better. Yeah, looks good as hell. I'm probably going to end up adjusting the camera angle in the future. I can only imagine that it's super high here and then you just see straight into my crotch or something, but you know, it's a nice eye level for me to look over at, even though I got my sunnies down right now. Speaking of sunnies, the helmet features sunglasses. I saw a couple people that were reviewing it, like mentioning that it doesn't have multiple spots to stop, so it's like, it doesn't even stop at the bottom. The switch here just bottoms out, but it'll clamp in at the top. I guess an important feature, an important side note, this morning it was about 45 degrees, a little under that, and I put the sunglasses down because of course the sun is rising, and then they're just completely like iced over almost, fogged up, condensation, something was going on. Because I leave them out in the shed where I store my bike, so it must have just been cold enough to screw with it. But this helmet features a good amount of vents. I have 3 on the top that I can open up, and then it has like an exit vent that you can't close in the back. A lot of people mention that, and then this big one in the front, which honestly don't feel, you know what, now that I open it like this, comparing it, I do feel airflow, but it doesn't make the biggest difference. Wind noise is a huge thing. The audio might cut out. I'm gonna put my sunglasses back down too. With the visor up, there's like no wind noise. I can hear my bike perfectly fine. As you might be able to hear right now. With the visor down, everything is a lot more muffled, and there's just wind noise that I hear like grazing right across my ears. It's kind of a weird sensation. You wouldn't really expect it. Oh man, everyone's turning. Whatever, I'm just gonna say, fuck it. I think this leads me to Belmont. I've been down the rest of those roads. honestly gotten a lot more comfortable on the bike too. It feels very nimble and light. Don't even have to think about it. Shifting is not bad at all. There's a couple times where shifting will feel weird, and I think that's using my heel-toe shifter. When I shift up, it feels like it doesn't click in fully, so I might just not be pushing it down all the way. Anywho, a lot of people that have reviewed this helmet say that the audio is some of the best that they've ever experienced. And I can back them up saying that it really is amazing. I haven't experienced too many helmets. I also want to point out, you might see me adjusting this. I probably, like, the neck strap isn't tight on my neck. It's just, like, cutting into my Adam's apple. So I try to kind of adjust it, because it also, these patches right here push up into my cheeks, making it feel extra tight and uncomfortable. But the speakers are honestly pretty impressive. There's a lot, compared to my last helmet, there's a ton of bass, which that was one of the big things mentioned with that helmet, is the speakers were underwhelming. But I can hear things clearly. And of course, with this being a Sena helmet, I can communicate with other people using Sena, which my coworker has. So we went on a little joyride after work one day. It was a day full of fun. We were just screwing around with each other, and being able to communicate was like a surreal experience, because not only do I not have much time riding with other people in general, but I've never been able to communicate with them. So being able to have a normal conversation while side by side going like 50 miles an hour is really odd for the first experience. I don't think that truck should have gone. I wanted to explore straight, because now I'm in a familiar territory. Over there is the gas station. I was pretty upset with my Insta360 quality in my last video. I changed one of the settings from vivid, where I typically have it, to just like normal, standard, something like that. And it just completely flattened and grayed out the entire thing. Oh, so this just connects to the road where the gas station is. But yeah, now I don't have to sync my audio, but I have to edit with the 360 Studio. I've left my blinker on one too many times, so now I've built a habit of not turning my blinker on all the time for every corner, but also shutting my blinker off every single time that I turn, even if I never turned it on in the first place. Yeah, like right now, I'm in a turning lane. I don't necessarily need a blinker on. I'm gonna turn right and pull right into that gas station. It's like 3 cents more expensive than the other one. Holy moly, sport bike. I'm gonna try one of those one day, swear to God. All right, I'm gonna stop the recording. Starting her up. Possibly my first time ever, I actually was smart and checked my recording after, you know, not going through an entire conversation for too long. And everything looks great. I like the audio. I like the angle. Oh, yeah, ground, that's sick. So I'm very excited for this. I'm kind of getting chills, because like, wow, it's working, first time, and like this might be a way better setup, because I was not liking the mounted 360 with the windshield in the way, because it was just too close. Oh, I gotta reset my gas. There we go, beautiful. So continuing the review, I really enjoyed this helmet. The fit is great, it's comfortable, it's tight, it has loosened over time a little bit, which I'm happy with, because it was like pretty snug, especially being used to my last helmet. But like now there's no wiggle or anything loose. I gotta wave to this guy. Yeah, that's right, that's right. So I believe the last thing I was talking about was communicating with other people and friends while riding. And that was such a cool experience. From what I heard, my built-in microphone is, you know, decent quality. So he had some issues hearing me when we were going above 50. I had my visor up the whole time. He was able to hear me under those speeds, but above those speeds, he couldn't even hardly hear me with the visor down. And I think that mostly has to do with he had music playing, as well as his bike is pretty loud. So him being right on his bike and then me blending in with his music as well, I don't think he was able to hear too well. Oh my god, I left my pocket open and I put my phone in. Oh, scary. I love this phone. I believe it was Chase on Two Wheels. I saw him doing a couple helmet reviews, and I really liked how he gave wind noise examples from multiple spots on the helmet. I'd like to do that here, but I don't think I have a reliable way of mounting the microphone without it possibly falling out. There might be holes where I can just kind of leave it in there and have it sit there, but that's scary. I don't know if I want to go that far into this. I'm trying to give a mediocre review. Holy moly. What else is there to cover? Something I'm not a fan of is the windscreen here. I like that it has a lock at the bottom. It's kind of a pain to open it, but I'm sure that's going to wear over time. And I'll show you real quick. It only has 2 positions that you can leave it. One's right in the middle and the other one's at the top. I don't think the audio would be too bad. I am going a little bit faster. In the middle, it's awful because you have like the brim that's blocking right where you're looking. I don't understand the point of this because I used to love having my last visor up like this just to let a little airflow in, especially when it's getting hot. But I ride most of the time with it all the way up because it pretty much removes wind noise. At least, I don't know, that's the placebo effect. I get better noises. I can hear the bike, I can hear things around me, I can hear my environment rather than everything being completely muffled, which I prefer. I want to take a side road at some point up here. Just in case the audio does peak with the visor up, I'm going to continue to ride with it down. But I'm hoping in the future, maybe this mic's just good enough where I can, you know, losing my train of thought. I'm also not sure how long I want to be out. I'd love to ride. I was ripping on this bike, just like zooming back and forth. Like I'm telling you, it felt so comfortable and light. It just felt like I was walking. Didn't have to use my brain at all. It was like beautiful weather. I got a nice breeze with my pretty ventilated new gear that I yapped about last time. I'm just having a good time. What other features are there? Yeah, so the visor is not great, only has 2 positions. I think you can like swap these things out, so that might be a fixable problem. Sunglasses doesn't have multiple positions. Not sure why you would use it halfway, but it does stay like pretty well. I don't know if it's maybe moved like a centimeter when I was doing that. But overall, very happy with this purchase, especially since I was going to originally spend $190 just to get the little microphone adapter for my last helmet. But now, I got a brand new helmet, everything's built in, so I don't have to deal with setting it up. And this one's way more comfortable, and honestly, it's got, like, this is a very cushiony little piece here. I want to highlight that, because in the last one, it was a thin piece of fabric, and that's what I actually clipped my microphone to. But on this one, it's too thick, and it's also, like, pretty floppy. But that makes it very comfortable, because I don't feel it hardly at all on my chin. There's really no contact at all. And when I take the helmet off, it slides off easy, and I'm not scraping my nose like I mentioned with my last helmet. But it's definitely snug. I've mentioned that way too many times now. Holy moly. Look at the racetrack. Hot diggity. Oh, we got a biker wave coming up. Oh, he's on a sport bike. He's definitely going to do it. He's going to be like, what? Hey! That looks like a naked bike. I don't know. Drake? Yeah, you still count. Yeah! Man, we knocked him out. I don't think I've had a single person not wave to me. I also think this is a 55, and I'm doing going a little over 60 and I see a cop, so, oh fuck, I never grabbed my wallet from my car. I totally meant to do that, but I was so caught up with setting up my new gear. This looks like a good road to turn down. Look at that! No locking up the rear wheel and like panicking and sliding out and skirting around. I can just use the front brake. And I'm banging out those downshifts at the right time. I'm not like over revving the engine. Definitely improved a lot. I think before it was never an issue. I never really had to slow down too much because I didn't go on roads that had traffic. But now, since I'm commuting to work and there's quite a lot of traffic and quite a lot of unaware people that I'm 90% sure are also distracted. So I need to, you know, drive defensively to protect myself. Oh, stop sign. What stop sign, man? I was editing a lot of my old videos where I said stop. That way looks more fun. That way looks way more fun. Whoop. Yep. Just like slowly balancer. Let the clutch out. See, the rear brake would be nice. I want to reposition mine because it's like way too high up. I hope this doesn't turn into a dead end soon. Yeah, I was saying stop sign a lot in my old videos, but that was before the meme of like, stop sign? What stop sign, man? And that's all I could think about the whole time that I was editing it, especially because I'd say it like every 3 minutes because I'm just on back roads with tons of stop signs. What stop sign, man? Yeah. I've got a lot of things to talk about and a lot of video ideas and things that I want to discuss. And I need to get a lot better at being efficient and fluent, staying on topic. That's a dirt road. Maybe I will take that side road. It's probably the only option. Man. Oh! Heavy bike. That's a little reminder. So I mentioned earlier I went riding with my coworker. What the fuck was I gonna say about it? It's turning around. Dirt road, yeah. Oh, this doesn't look any better. So at the end of our ride together, I split off and took a route back home. Is this just a driveway? I swear to God. Oh, it like totally is. Whoa, it's a nice view. Okay, I'll get a little bit of the view. Yeah, the speedway? Holy moly, I've never seen that. Oh, let's stay upright this time. Well, this was a very disappointing journey. It looked much cooler when I did that first U-turn. Oh, amateur over here. I hope my method of using the clutch isn't burning it out either. I'm pretty gentle with it and ease into it with most of my shifts, especially in first gear when I'm going slow. But I'm also not revving up the engine too much, so I think that's just like the natural way to do it. I don't know. But right now would be the perfect time to conclude a stupid helmet video I'm trying to make and then start another one before it's too long. And there's so much stuff I gotta cut out. So overall, with my experience of only 2 helmets, I would definitely recommend this for sure over the last one. But I think it'd be a great helmet in general. It's got the built-in sunglasses, built-in Sena, which is beautiful. Oh, I gotta continue talking about that other thing. Before I was saying, I planned on spending $190 to get just the microphone attachment for my last helmet, but spent only an extra $110, $300 total to get this thing because it was on discount. I'm pretty sure it's not typically at that price. But maybe it is, or maybe I got like incredibly lucky and they had a one-time deal and I just happened to be looking for a helmet. So I definitely ended up with a better deal deciding to buy this rather than the other Sena stuff, you know. I don't actually know what that's called. I've stumbled over that a bunch of times now. locked in. Good airflow with the vents. I like the white look. They also have a black option, I'm pretty sure, but I don't see much of a point to buy a black helmet if you're going to be out in the sun. I feel like that's just going to warm you up more. Do I have stuff flapping? Maybe it's this. Overall, happy with the purchase. Hope you enjoyed. This has been Garrett. That's